everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk. This is me, Meera. I hope everyone is doing good. Alright, great, because today I have got two determiners for all of you. Yes, you heard me right. All and whole are determiners. What do they determine? Any guesses? They determine a complete set of something, right? Something that is a whole part of something or a whole something. And of course, I've used the same word, but they determine something that is a complete set of anything, right? And we need to know what's the difference between both. They are actually so similar, and the only way that you can differentiate them is the situations that they're used in. Okay, there are particular ways and situations that you can use these two separately in. Are you ready to know what are the differences and how knowing the simple things such as what is all and what is whole can make your English better? Well, come join me in this class and understand how we're going to separate all and whole. Let's begin with the first example. The first thing, like what I mentioned, they're determiners, so you need to remember that. Now, all the students are present, right? First and foremost, the article the will always come after all. So, all plus the, right? And these determiners are used before nouns, right? Noun. So this is something we're going to remember. All the students are present. That means when we talk about all, we are actually talking about 100% of many things. Now, obviously, the reason why I'm saying many things is because students 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 15, all 50 students are present. 100% of many things and they're present. All plus article and then noun. This is how you would remember the use of all. It is 100% of many things. One student, many students. Now, I'm going to make sure that I will compare the same sentence right over here. The whole class is present. Do you see the difference? First of all, the noun over here. Okay, but in this case, the article has come before the determiner. So, article plus whole. Whenever we use the word whole, the article will always come before that. Now, when we speak about whole, it actually means 100% of one thing. And in this case, what is that one thing? That's class. Now, do you remember collective nouns? A class of students. Students are separate, right? It's a separate identity, but when we use it in a collective form, we use a class. In this case, we are using class over here. And that is why class becomes one thing of many students. And that is why I have used the determiner whole. It determines the class and not the students, right? Okay, now that is the basic difference over here. Let's move on to this column again. He's busy all the time, okay? So maybe you called him now, he's busy. Maybe for a while he's free again, and then you called him. When you called him again, he was busy, right? So when I say all the time, in this case, it actually means he could be busy and then he could get free again. Okay, he could get busy again and he could get free again. The point is, whenever you called him, he was busy. And that's why you use the term all the time. But guys, in this case, he's busy the whole time. Like I said, 100% of one thing the whole time. Even when you called him, he was busy, and otherwise also. Unlike this, he was busy the whole time. Every hour of the day, he was busy. In all, when I use the term all, it could be free, busy. You never know. But when I use the term whole, I mean the whole time, literally. Now, having said that, let's move on to the next example. All my family lives in France. The first thing that you must notice is that we have possessive adjective over here, which is my. Now, what are possessive adjectives? We have my, his, hers, its, right? These are possessive adjectives. Now, whenever we are using possessive adjectives with the word all, it will always come after that. So, all plus possessive adjective, and then you have the noun over here, right? This is something that you must remember. In whole, in the case of whole, possessive adjective my comes before the determiner whole. All my family lives in France. Okay, it could be that there are few members who are not there, but such as if I'm standing in another country and I'm talking about all my family living in France, that means I'm out of country and the rest of my family is in France. But guys, when we're talking about my whole family lives in France, that means literally everyone I know of and that I don't know of. Everybody lives in France. That is what it means when we talk about whole in this case. But what we need to remember is that when we are talking about possessive adjectives, the placement of the determiner in all's case will be first and later the possessive adjective. When we talk about whole, possessive adjective will come first and then the word whole. Alright, moving on to the next example over here. They gave her all the advice. Okay, they gave her all the advice. This is the same as this. There's no difference in terms of this. But what's the difference over here is that advice is an uncountable noun. Right? So whenever we talk about any uncountable noun, for that matter, we're talking about advice over here, you would always and always use the determiner all. Okay? They gave her the whole advice is incorrect. That is not how you would use all or whole when we talk about uncountable nouns, and that is something that you would remember. Okay? Now, similarly, there is something different over here. I spent the whole summer on the beach. Okay, so the whole summer holiday that I had took off, I went on the beach and I was every day, the whole time on the beach only. That means I'm talking about a certain time period or a certain duration. That's what I'm trying to tell someone. Summer is the time period or duration in general, okay? Whenever we speak about any duration to anyone, we will use the determiner whole, okay? I spent all the summer on the beach is incorrect, okay? All the summer is incorrect in this case and the whole is incorrect in this case. This is something you would remember over here and this is something that you would make sure to remember on this side. Now, I am sure that if nothing, the basics are clear. The one thing that you would remember is that 100% of many things makes it all, okay? But 100% of one thing will make it whole. And other things such as the article over here, uncountable noun over here, possessive adjectives in this case. These are things if you remember, you will not be confused and you would not confuse others when you're using all or whole. I hope this has sorted out some of your confusion and your trouble. Make sure that you practice with these sentences or with these examples in your daily conversation. Okay, for now, that's all for today. I will be back very soon with another topic and another lesson. Until then, like I always say, keep smiling, keep practicing. This is me, Meera, signing off, guys. Bye.